Oh my goodness, welcome back to my channel, back to my journey. It has been quite a while since I have posted one of these videos. It is time to get back to it. So much has happened in my life. So much has changed since we last sat down and chatted. I've gained 5 pounds. I got engaged.
Will you marry me?
Oh my God. I still haven't gotten it size. It needs to go down half a size. I wanted to sit down. I wanted to open up a new vlog, a new episode of Jacqueline's journey and get back to it. Let's talk about it before we dive into the actual video because I feel like we need to play catch up super quick, okay? I was dealing with terrible anxiety. Made that very clear. The holidays were very difficult. And then Jordan decided to propose to me and I had absolutely no idea. If you guys didn't see the video, I will link it down below. And the way it went down was just so interesting because I've always told him that I think holiday proposals are so cheesy and like, please, if you propose to me, never do it over the holidays. Well, that's when he decided to do it because he knew I wouldn't see it coming. I asked him like, so why the holidays? And he told me, he was like, I just didn't want to enter another year without you being my fiance, without us being engaged. Like I had to propose to you now. He chose the perfect time because I had no clue that it was coming. But the most special thing about getting engaged to Jordan and the way he did it is the fact that in that time, I was so anxious and I felt so broken. And although I was holding myself together, I just had so many insecurities about me and my mental health. And the fact that he chose that time to propose to me, I don't believe in like needing a man or a significant other or a partner to make you feel better. Like it's your job and no one else's. And I'm so against a codependent relationship. So I'm not putting that out there. But there was something so empowering and reassuring for myself and my mental health when he proposed to me in that time period. I was like in the middle of therapy, going to therapy. I'm doing a therapy called neurofeedback. I've talked about it before and I go several days a week. When he went over to my parents' house to ask to have my hand in marriage, my mom thought that he was coming over to like give her bad news about my mental health because that's the kind of state that I was in and she was so nervous. But the fact that he chose that time when I felt so down and out meant so much to me because I'm over here with all these goals. Like I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to be better mentally, physically. And the fact that he didn't wait for that and he just went in and proposed to me and asked me to marry him in like one of the lowest times for me mentally just gave me such a boost of confidence. And I just feel like I've been on cloud 9 and I've been so excited to wake up and take care of myself. I've been so motivated in the sense of like, I am going to be his wife. I'm not saying, hey, go get engaged, but I hope you know what I'm saying. Like there's something about someone loving you in your lowest that just feels so like, oh my God, it just feels good. And it's funny because ever since then, I've been doing so much better. Therapy is definitely helping me. I have not cared about my diet at all, you guys, at all. When I first started this, I was 183 and then I dropped all the way down to 170 and now I'm back to 175. I'm just kind of, you scared the shit out of me, Jordan. Oh my God.
Sorry, I figured you heard me coming up the stairs.
Oh my God. Now I can't see through my glasses. Oh my God, I feel like I'm like literally, you scared me so bad I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm not kidding, that's how bad you scared me.
I literally came up the stairs and I was
oh my God, I'm not kidding, I feel like I'm gonna cry. That scared me so bad. Oh my gosh, you guys, my heart is seriously racing so hard. He came in here because he just got done cooking chicken for his channel and he wanted me to try it and oh my God, I was like so zoned into you guys and especially with these glasses on, it helps me like see so clearly that I was just like tunnel vision and then that scared me so bad. Oh my God, okay. So I was talking about how I'm back up at 175. I haven't cared about food, but one major change that I have made, and I'm gonna get super vulnerable with you guys because this is something that I really didn't talk about and touch much on all my other videos, and there's a reason for it. So let me jump to that quickly. I talked about having a dependency on alcohol maybe like a year and a half ago. I discussed it and how after I went through all my lipstick situation, you know, and had to like refund everybody and all that, you know, the hairy lipsticks, whatever. I became very dependent on alcohol and I was very open and honest about that. And because of my openness and my honesty, I got so much feedback and a lot of it was very damaging and just people being very ignorant to alcohol abuse and, you know, people telling me that, oh, if she was really an alcoholic, she would have gone to rehab. Well, I never said I was an alcoholic. That's the thing. I never said I was an addict. So I kind of just shut it up. I shut the hell up and I didn't talk about it again because I didn't want to deal with that, you know, and it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, so I don't want to deal with it. But I'm ready to talk about it again and bring it back to the surface because here's the deal. Am I an addict? No. Am I an alcoholic? I could be. I definitely am not at the point where like I'm needing rehab. You know what I'm saying? But I use alcohol to cope with anxiety. My doctor tells me that, you know, I use it as self-medication the same way I would use Xanax, but I don't use pills. I use alcohol instead. And as my anxiety has been getting so much better, I have been able to cut back on alcohol alcohol, which has been amazing because at a certain point when I was dealing with the lipsticks, I was drinking basically all day, every day. And now it's like I use it here and there when I'm super anxious. It's like, okay, gotta have a drink, you know, gotta get some alcohol in my system to like just take the edge off sort of thing, you know? And I've just realized I'm done with that situation. It's so bad for me mentally, physically, for inflammation, for everything. And I don't want that to be my life anymore. So the past week I've been on a journey of really knocking that out, like learning to cope with anxiety on my own without turning to anything, you know? And for some people, it's prescription drugs. Other people, it's just drugs. For some people, it's alcohol, whatever it may be. People have their vices. And I know for me at one point, my vice was coloring, like just adult coloring books was just helping me so much. And that's how I was coping. And I need to find things like that again, whether it be working out or going on walks or whatever it is. And the past week, one of the things that Jordan and I have been doing is trying new restaurants. And that's just like one of those things, it gets me out of the house. If I start to feel anxious, I'm like, you know what, you're fine. What happens if you like fall over right now, pass out and die? Well, guess what? That's just what's gonna happen. That's what's in the cards for you. You can't change it. Moving on, you know, and just keeping myself busy is really my main focus right now. So that's really what I'm dealing with. If you are with somebody, you know, maybe your significant other or your child, whoever it is, you know, a cousin, a friend, deals with really bad anxiety, whether it's just like all mental or physical, whatever it is, I want to encourage you guys just to love them through it, like love them at their lowest, because I'm telling you, it's the most empowering thing that you can do. It's just to tell them, I love you right now, who you are. Yes, you have anxiety, but anxiety is not you. And that's something that I've really been focusing on, is not like taking ownership over it, because it's not mine. Tons of people, millions and millions of people experience anxiety. It's not mine. It's something that we share. I don't want to take ownership over it because I don't want it and I don't agree with it. And having Jordan love me at my lowest really gave me so much strength to be like, all right, I'm better than this shit. Like I can kick this, you know? It just gave me confidence. So that's just a little piece of advice I give to those who don't know what to do for the people around them that they love who deal with it. I know I am rambling so much. This is like gonna be the entire video. Also, I'm not trying to look like a naughty nurse right now, or maybe like a naughty like biker with my glasses, but I can see really well far away. Up close, like looking at the camera right now, it's getting fuzzier as I'm getting older. So these glasses help me so much. Okay, you guys, it is a brand new week. I'm gonna take you along with me. Okay, let's hang out. Deal with being anxious and not gonna have a drink even when I want one. And I'm like, I can't do it. I'm only gonna let myself have a drink when it's like, you know what? Life is good. Let's have a drink. Let's celebrate. I'm no longer gonna use it to cope with the way I'm feeling. I'm done. Let's get this week started. Also, one more thing. I do not want to have a long engagement. I'm not about that life. Jordan's not about that life. I gotta start taking care of myself because we need kids. We need a family, and I need to fit into my dream dress. So amongst all this, I need to get that bod. I need to get that bod, okay? We got a lot going on right now. We got a lot going on.
Okay, so sorry that I scared you.
Literally came into the room. I thought I was gonna die.
You might die of being a fan of this pan-seared chicken with a garlic herb.
I know whatever it is, I'm gonna love it. Oh my God. Oh my God! Did you just throw this together right now?
Yeah.
The actual recipe, for real?
Yeah, I just made it up, yeah. Is it too lemony?
No, you gotta taste it yourself, but that thing is perfect.
If you guys wanna know how to make this, go check out my Chicken 101 video right here.
Ayo. Wait, is that a chicken?
Yeah. It's a chicken.
Okay, so it's been like 5 days since I last spoke to you. Today is Saturday afternoon, my favorite day of the week, because Jordan and I just get to do whatever we want and not think about work. This week has been amazing, just really focusing on my mental health, like I talked about last time, not drinking and all of that. So like, this is kind of like a test for me today, because I don't care if this sounds like I have a major problem. I'm just being honest with you guys. The shades are going up right now. We're trying out a new restaurant this afternoon. It's like 3 o'clock right now. Typically before I would go to like a new place, because I have such bad social anxiety, I would have a drink before I leave, like not trying to get drunk or anything like that, but just like one shot, enough to take like the edge off so I'm not like on edge and panicked. More than anything, I don't want it to be obvious to other people that I'm like anxious in public, which is so silly, because like I shouldn't try to hide that. If I'm anxious, I'm anxious. If I need to leave, I need to leave. I'm trying so hard to overcome that. So I'm gonna go try a new place we've never been to before, and I'm not going to try to self-medicate myself with anything. I'm just going, and if I get anxious, I get anxious, and we'll work through it, but just one step at a time. And it seems so silly to, I know so many people, but to me, it's very real, and the way social anxiety hits me can be very scary. So I'm gonna go enjoy our day. Let's go. We're at a place called Noble Crust. It's our first time. And all this man is talking about is Tom Brady. He just announced his retirement like an hour ago, and Jordan is unwell. Literally, it is the only thing he's talking about. I'm just waiting for him to cry. Look at him. He's got that look in his eyes like he's about to cry. It's there.
What happened?
Well, we ate. That's a good thing.
First of all, this lighting looks great on you.
Thanks, baby. We ate. I had to touch up my lipstick. But then we were in the middle of like the main course, and I just got so anxious that we had to leave. So Jordan got the check and like very quick in a panic, we had to leave. I just like out of nowhere just got so anxious. Like all of a sudden the music, like I feel like everything became overstimulating out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden the music was so loud and the people around us were talking so loud, and I know it was just like in my head, but I was just like, I started getting like all sweaty and panicked. So
Yeah, it didn't help the food was like a 1-star.
the food was bottom tier. That's okay. On to the next challenge, off to the mall to go find some tea.
Tea.
Okay, so we decided to come out and get ice cream. We just recently got a Jenny's ice cream in Tampa, and we're obsessed. Jordan found a dairy-free one that he craves and cannot get enough of. But I wanted to update you guys. I feel like I've not been good at updating you. So at this point, it's been a solid 9 days of me cutting back on my drinking. I hate saying my drinking, but still. Cutting back drinking and no longer using it as a medicine, no longer using it to self-medicate. I have not given into it, really. Well, there was, yeah, I did once. I had a quick drink when I was super stressed out earlier today.
Yep. Which is the first time in...
Since a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
since like 9 or 10 days ago. But it's been really challenging, although it sounds so silly, and I know that a lot of people aren't gonna understand this, but I know so many people will, because I personally know so many people who use alcohol for this exact purpose, not just to have fun, but to try to make them feel better because they're feeling stressed or anxious or whatever it may be. Also, I have tons of friends who use prescription drugs for the same thing. So I'm just wanting to be really open and transparent about it. It's been really hard, but I have to say, overcoming it feels so good. I feel very proud of myself. Jordan's staying quiet, but he has been my biggest cheerleader. He has been...
Give me an A!
Hey!
Let's be real, like, let's call it what it is. Like, you have a really stressful career and you have somehow found a way to rely on alcohol to patch and band-aid your anxiety. And as your anxiety gets worse, the alcohol has gotten worse. And when it gets better, the alcohol, gets a little better. But at the end of the day, it's like, I've seen you kind of like try to like cut back and do the whole...
I'm not gonna drink right now, I'm done. Like, I'm so sick of it. Like,
Yeah.
almost in like a manic way. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care how bad my anxiety is. And it never works.
And it'll
It's
last
an
for a
instant
few
fail.
days, and then like something really stressful will happen, or you'll get sick or whatever the case may be, and it's like you kind of like fall back into it. But I will say this is like the most success I've seen you have with it, and I feel like you've at this point you're like this close to conquering it and just like totally getting a handle on it, and then just like reestablishing a healthy relationship with alcohol.
Because I have had a healthy relationship with my alcohol. Wow, with alcohol my entire life. This is a new thing that just started in the last couple of years. I have said it before, when the whole lipstick thing happened, that was like really the spark where everything changed. Before that, I would just drink alcohol like a normal person, like when the occasion was proper. Like, let's go out and party, we're gonna drink tonight, that sort of thing.
Like
And then
socially.
And then it turned into an everyday thing and relying on it. Any time of the day, I had no rules. Like, oh, I'm anxious and it's 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna throw back a shot. Like, it just became an actual problem. And at one point I was like, should I go to rehab? Like, do I need rehab? And everyone in my life was like, no, you do not need rehab. It's not at that point.
Yeah.
It's definitely not, I'm not over here like itching or even really craving a drink. It's not that. It's just I use it to make myself feel better when I get anxious, and I need to break that habit. So really working and focusing on anxiety has been a very big thing for me. And then of course I do crave it, but I just let the craving pass. And things like ice cream helps. And I don't care if I put on a little weight right now. I don't love that idea, but if it means I'm gonna get away from alcohol and end this relationship that I have with it, I don't really care if I put on a few pounds in the meantime, because I think that that's way more important than anything else. It hasn't been easy, but it's good. And I realize the less that the stronger I'm being and the less I drink and the more I fight through and allow myself just to feel anxiety, the less I have anxiety this past week, which is crazy. This is the least anxious I have been in probably 3 years.
Well, that's incredible.
Honestly.
That's amazing. Since lipsticks?
Yes. Since my lipsticks, yes.
It's amazing. It's at the end of the day, it's you're talking about things that alter chemicals in your brain, right? So you're talking about, all the stuff that you're feeling, and alcohol changes that, just like antidepressants, anti-anxiety, all this kind of stuff. So it's like,
I'm feeling like, in the sense of like the past 2 days, I've been like walking into a room and I'm like, why did I walk in here?
Yeah.
Or like I put eggs or something in the microwave instead of the refrigerator. Like, my brain is like adjusting to the fact that I'm not giving in.
yeah.
And it's just a very
it's
process.
rebelling, like at the end of the day, like these things, you know, they change the chemistry in our brain. You definitely have to exercise a lot of willpower, a lot of dedication. You have to be strong, and this is the strongest I've seen you in since your lipsticks, and definitely the most motivated. Yeah, I'm just like really proud of you, honestly. At the end of the day, you're just doing it, you know.
Thanks, baby.
And it's like, I'm here and like I'll help you be distracted, you know, or get out of the house for a few hours. That way you don't feel like you need to sit on the couch and watch a movie and have a cocktail.
Which we've been getting out of the house every single day, and I'm such a homebody.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I gotta do stuff now. I have so much energy. I didn't realize what drinking was doing to me, honestly. I didn't realize how much it was hurting me. And it wasn't even like about getting drunk. It was just like drinking enough to ease anxiety, but therefore like put me like, you know, and now I'm like, I have so much to do. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, let's vacuum. Like, but it's good.
No, it's great.
He tells me nonstop how proud he is of me. This is like him saying it to you guys right now. Like, he tells me this constantly all
every day. How many
All
high
day.
fives and kisses and hugs and feet rubs have I given you?
Feet rubs, only one. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
What's going on, babe?
I'm not drinking. It's launch day.
If this is the result of you not drinking, then I'm all for it.
I like to keep myself busy because it's launch day, and typically on launch day, I have friends, family, employees come over for my launches just to celebrate. Everyone gets a sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that.
And typically we all have like champagne or cocktails or something, and I'm not doing that today, so I just have my favorites here. I left everyone else at the office. My mom's busy holding a baby, and instead of drinking, I'm making snacks. So, which we are all gonna enjoy.
Love it.
And all very supportive of me not drinking.
What's in there real
which makes it
quick
even
since
easier.
it's Shotgun's journey?
This is not all my journey. This is Hawaiian sweet rolls with just a ton of seasoning, pepperoni, cheese, basil,
Like some
garlic, oregano, parsley.
What are you gonna do with that?
I'm gonna bake this bitch at 375. You think that's good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, thank you.
I'll just do them till they're melted and golden brown.
That's my plan. Oh, bitch! Hi guys. Okay, so I have not recorded anything for this vlog for like a week and a half or so, because I'm kind of taking my time with this since my main focus is still 100% alcohol. And last you saw, like, you know, Jordan was talking about everything, and I have to say, you guys, cutting back on alcohol, because I haven't cut it out completely. I want you guys to be aware of that. Like, I have not gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm not drinking for the next 30 days or 60 days or 90 days or a year, whatever it may be. It's not like that. I am just allowing myself to drink in moderation when it's appropriate, and I'm not using it to self-medicate. You know what I'm saying? So like at my engagement party, I had 3 drinks while I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's an appropriate time. Me feeling anxious before a meeting on a Monday afternoon, not the appropriate time. You know what I'm saying? But you guys, the difference in the way I feel mentally is insane. And everybody that I know has been saying it. Like my family, my brother, my sister, my parents, my employees, they've all been, especially this past week, like, geez, like, wow, like you have so much more energy, you're so much more clear, you're more efficient, and it's just crazy because I guess I was like living in an alcohol-induced fog, you know? And I haven't even like done blood work or like gotten on like supplements to help me through this. Like, I'm just doing it on my own, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like next on my list, is to get blood work, see like where my levels are at as far as like hormones, serotonin, like all the things that alcohol takes away from you when you're drinking it, and get myself balanced. But I just gotta say right now, I feel freaking amazing. I'm like very motivated by the way I feel. Okay, so I'm gonna jump on here and close out this video. If you guys have made it this far, thank you for watching such an extremely difficult video for me to make, being so vulnerable and so real with not only you guys, but myself. I know this entire video has literally been just like FaceTime. Like, you haven't even seen me like out living my life. It's literally just been me, like different shots and different days and different outfits of me sitting here talking about the same thing, which is alcohol. But I just kind of want to update you with where I'm at. So it's interesting because it's been exactly 3 weeks yesterday since I decided to majorly cut back on alcohol. I say cut back because I have not completely quit, meaning like in the last 3 weeks, I have had some drinks, but I'm not drinking like I was. As you know, I've discussed this already. We don't need to keep going. But since I cut back so much on alcohol, I decided I'm not going to focus on my diet because that's not what's important right now. Like, cutting out the alcohol is so much more important. So I've been eating whatever I want, whenever I want. I've been craving sugar like you have no idea. And of course I know why. Like, I talked to my doctor and it's like, I was drinking so much more than I would even like to admit, and it turns into sugar in your body. So when I cut out the alcohol, you know, it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm like, want a Reese's. Like I want an ice cream bar. And I let myself have it because I'm like, I'm not going to deprive myself of that too. You know, one step at a time. I'm being realistic here. The point of me saying this is I weighed myself today and I've lost 3.5 pounds in the last 3 weeks. And that's me eating so much junk all day, every day, not even trying to make healthy decisions. That's just me cutting out the alcohol, which is so crazy because it's just like goes to show how much denial I was in. Like the inflammation that was in my blood work last year was so high and I just didn't want to admit that it was alcohol. It was so much easier to change my diet and get my ass on the treadmill than it was to admit I have an alcohol problem. Oh my God, saying those words out loud makes me emotional. It's just so not me. And I know that so many people say that too late into the game when, like, you know, they're drug addicts and they've like lost their jobs and their families to it. You know, like this isn't who I am. This isn't who I want to be. And I'm so thankful that I've caught this problem early because I've seen it destroy. Okay. I've personally seen it destroy lives firsthand. Whew. My best friend growing up, my father, and my best friend who ended up being my husband. 3 different people I have dealt with firsthand being really bad addicts, and it's just it's not for me. So I'm very proud of myself that I've caught this early on in the game where I am able to stop this without needing professional help in that sense and without it being that difficult. It's hard for me to talk about this stuff. I'm sorry, you guys. But anyways, it's just crazy because if someone who like personally knew me 4 years ago was told like, oh, Jacqueline's gonna have an alcohol problem down the road, they would laugh in your face. Like that's so not my personality. They'd be like, there's no way in hell that will never happen to her, you know? And yet it did, which is just so crazy. And it just goes to show like here on YouTube, like I'm just keeping it lighthearted and this and that and whatever, you know, like trying to make you guys laugh and just being myself and being silly. Imagine this is just like straight vodka. I switched to bourbon. No, this is iced tea. But the whole time behind the scenes, here I am drinking myself to sleep every single night because I just felt so miserable internally. At this point, I just feel so good that I'm so motivated to continue this, to continue to not drink. And losing the 3 pounds is also just like crazy to see how much my body wanted me to stop drinking. And that's where the inflammation was coming from. And it's a very difficult and also very refreshing time of my life just to really be honest with everyone around me and vulnerable and meet up with my friends at dinner and say, you know, I'm not drinking with you tonight. I'm sorry, but this is the way it is. And you know, some people who are super supportive, some people aren't that supportive. The majority of the people in my life are very supportive of it though. But just being honest, like, hey, I have an alcohol issue, so I'm not drinking with you tonight, period. Moving on, you know? It's difficult, but it's also so refreshing, rewarding to wake up feeling so good about myself internally, mentally. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm just rambling. But anyways, the next video, I will be showing you more of my actual life, okay? Let's start working out together. I have my at-home gym. I can't wait to show you that. It's almost completely done. Food and all that, all the changes I'm gonna make. I cannot wait to be back here on Jacqueline's journey and also have this open conversation with you guys, not only about mental health, but physical health, and also the difficulties of not running to substance when you are feeling stressed out and not dealing with it like that, but overcoming it yourself. So I'm really excited to start this journey and have you guys be a part of it. And I will see you in my next video. Cheers.